Alright guys, I've been getting a lot of requests for this video, and it seems like people really like these versus battles I'm doing, so I'm gonna do the Dofy versus Cracker video. Now the reason I waited so long to do this is not because I think people are gonna freak out and tell me I'm stupid and wrong. I already know that's gonna happen. It's happened a million times because pretty much everyone knows how I stand on this issue. The reason I didn't do it is because I feel like it's already been done so many times. But shit, when enough people ask me, I'm just gonna do it, so here we go. So although since the time skip I feel this is not usually the case, it's usually more about hockey, I think this battle comes a lot down to Devil Fruit power. Especially because the two of these people so heavily rely on their Devil Fruits. On top of that, surprisingly, when you first hear the name of the Devil Fruit, you'd go, well that doesn't really seem that powerful at all, but you find out that they're actually pretty insane. So now, with what we've seen from Cracker's Fruit, pretty much all it does is give him massive defensive abilities, and then that allows him to just use his physical body for pure offense. And as we've seen, this didn't exactly get to work anymore when Luffy used Nami to soften up the biscuits so he could just eat them, and then Cracker was forced to face him 1v1 pretty much. And what was it that happened exactly when Cracker had to fight Luffy 1v1? Oh yeah, he got completely annihilated. The battle ended almost instantly. Luffy just sent him flying through over like the entire island. And it's not to say that Cracker's physical abilities are not very extreme. I'm sure they might actually be stronger than Luffy's and possibly Dofy's. But I think the thing is that Dofy could get through Cracker's biscuits even more easily than Luffy. From what we've seen so far, Dofy's strings have never actually been cut in half, so I would say that it's possible for them to be cut by maybe a master swordsman like Mihawk and potentially even Zoro, although he wasn't able to cut the birdcage. So pretty much from this we can assume that only an extremely powerful swordsman like Beyond Reason is able to cut his strings. So what does that leave us? Based on the damage we've seen that he can do just by swinging his strings at somebody or something, I would imagine that he could probably pretty easily with just one slash take down an entire biscuit soldier. And it's not like the string would just disintegrate upon impact, it would still just be there ready to go at all times. He could easily just swing back and forth destroying all the biscuit soldiers, and then Cracker would be behind them and he would just get killed too. Maybe I'm underestimating Cracker's offensive ability? I doubt it, but okay, what could he really do? Let's say he sends in like 50 biscuit soldiers that Dofy just has to deal with. What would happen? Well, like I said, I would think that Dofy would just slash through them. I don't see why he couldn't do that, but let's just say I'm overestimating his ability to crush the biscuit soldiers. If Dofy had to go on the pure defensive, I would think he could just make a spider web like he did against Luffy, and since it would just be biscuit soldiers and not a King Kong gun, it would pretty much be indestructible. So even if Dofy was forced to go on the defensive, I think it would still just come out to a stalemate anyway, although honestly I really don't see that happening. Dofy can slash with his strings, he can fly, he can shoot bullets, he can repair any damage that he takes. His Devil Fruit is just broken. I feel like it completely counters Cracker, really, who just makes biscuit soldiers. Like, those things aren't unstoppable. Without his biscuit soldiers, he's just standing there on the ground completely helpless. He couldn't do anything to Dofy. He can't fly or anything. Now I know an extremely popular argument is, oh, you know, Big Mom is an emperor. She has a very good ability to size up people's strengths, and she sent Cracker in fully confident that he was going to be able to beat Luffy, even though Luffy beat Doflamingo. So this means that Cracker is stronger than Dofy. First of all, no, okay? The entire Charlotte family, besides maybe Katakuri, and even more recently he has been, quite cocky. So I don't really think that this whole ability to size up her opponent just to the T is no, okay? Furthermore, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, how many videos I'm gonna have to make about this, Luffy did not beat Dofy 1v1. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to explain this to people before they understand that that didn't happen. Luffy did not beat Dofy in a 1v1 battle. I don't know where people are getting this idea. Even after Whole Cake Island, I don't think that Luffy could beat Dofy unless, and okay, listen. Luffy, when I'm making this video, is currently fighting Katakuri, so you know what, if he does beat him in a fair battle, sure, then I think he could beat Dofy 1v1. But in Dressrosa, he could not beat Dofy 1v1. It just didn't happen. He lost to him 1v1, even while Dofy was weakened from facing Law as well. Like, okay, I'm sick of having to do this, but let me just give a little brief summary of what really happened in Dressrosa so everyone's clear that Luffy did not beat Dofi. Luffy and Law made it to the rooftop of the palace, where Dofi delegated his strength so that Luffy would fight Bellamy and a puppet that Dofi created, while Law would face Dofi's real body 1v1. While Luffy was held off by a controlled Bellamy and a string puppet for like 30 minutes to an hour at least, Law 1v1'd Dofi's real body and got completely annihilated on levels which have never been seen before. Law, who a lot of people think is the third or second strongest in the worst generation, got worked by Dofi. Like, it was just embarrassing to watch. Keeping in mind, he is using whatever power is necessary to fight Luffy with his clone and the controlled Bellamy, as well as constricting the birdcage on Dressrosa. Then, once he finishes massacring Law, Luffy comes in at about the same time, and Luffy and Law pull off the most ridiculous, overpowered combo of all time, and Dofi just gets up and acts like nothing even happened, because pretty much it didn't, because his devil fruit is overpowered. Then, since Law's taken out of the fight, Luffy and Dofi 1v1, where Luffy finally breaks out Gear 4th, and they get in a pretty much even battle. Despite the fact that Dofi could have been using purely defensive abilities, and he really would not have been taking any damage from Luffy, he remains on the offense and doesn't really do much damage to Luffy. He just stays on offense because that's in his character, and he did not feel that it was necessary for him to be on the defense because Luffy couldn't hit hard enough. Although he clearly would have been much better off using defensive abilities, since he was easily able to outlast the Luffy while using offensive abilities, he just did it anyway. And like I just said, he outlasted the Luffy in Gear 4, and when Luffy just couldn't even move really, Dofi just took like a 30-second break, then jumped back down from the mountain he was 50 feet into, and just started killing everyone looking for Luffy. The only reason Luffy is alive today is because the people of Dressrosa saved his ass and were carrying him all around the place. Even when Burgess came in to try and kill him, Sabo came out of nowhere and took him on. Luffy needed an entire 10 minutes being hidden by Dressrosa citizens and being healed up by Law, while Dofi is just walking around like a psycho hunting him down. If Luffy wouldn't have had someone helping him while he was completely immobilized, Dofi obviously would have killed him no problem. But then, even after he gets this godsend from the Dressrosa citizens, he, gets in this battle with Dofi where he just jumps into the air, and Dofi, being an idiot, I mean, he's a very prideful guy, and he made a bad decision because that's the type of person he is, and it just gave him a disadvantage. He flies up there with him, and is just completely in Luffy's clutches. Luffy then charges up his ultimate King Kong attack, which, after using it and barely being enough to take down Dofi, once again is completely knocked out. So he used absolutely all of his strength to finally take down Dofi. There is just no way anyone could possibly believe that Dofi actually lost to Luffy in a fair 1v1 battle. That is completely ridiculous, and his battle with Luffy does not really give the gauge of his full power and who else he could match up against. So okay, now that we've set that record straight, what exactly would make anyone think that Cracker could beat Dofi? He sends in 5,000 Biscuit soldiers? No. Dofi will either just have an ultimate defense against that or wipe through them, more likely wipe through them. And not to mention, he could just fly over them and specifically target Cracker. And if he really wanted to, he could just shoot bullets from far away, which would probably easily get blocked, but she's just saying, like, what is Cracker gonna do? It's not like he can fly. He could try physically 1v1ing Dofi, since he's gonna realize that his Biscuit soldiers don't do anything. But for one thing, would he even do that since he's afraid of pain or whatever? Would he be too scared to fight Dofi? So let's just assume he does. I would say that Dofi's hand-to-hand combat skills would probably be just about as strong as Cracker's, maybe slightly weaker. I will give Cracker that. But even if they're not quite the same, for one thing, Dofi has Conqueror's Haki, so possibly he could do something with that, since we don't exactly know what that could do, although I do have a theory on what he could do with that, so go check that out. But also, the whole fact that Dofi can fly and is quick, I mean, he could just keep his distance and use his Devil Fruit very easily against Cracker. I would imagine it would be a lot like the Smoker versus Dofi fight, where Smoker is just flying trying to take down Dofy, even though Cracker wouldn't even have the advantage of flying. And he's just chasing after him while Dofy just like boom, boom, just swinging his strings at him, just causing massive explosions and damage to Smoker. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh my god, don't compare Cracker to Smoker. No, okay, I'm not comparing the two. Dofy destroyed Smoker in about 10 seconds, okay? It would take Dofy some time to take down Cracker, probably a long time. He'd probably be pretty exhausted by the end of it, but I just don't really see how Cracker could do anything to Dofy. So yeah, honestly, although it's not like Dofy would get out of there not, you know, having a hard time, like he'd be exhausted, I think it's a pretty one-sided battle. I really think that it comes down to Devil Fruits in this case, and it's a pretty big counter. I know a lot of people already have actually talked massive shit in the comments, and, you know, it just comes down to the fact that ever since the true king of One Piece got sent to jail, everyone forgot about how fucking awesome he is. Hopefully he's gonna come back later in the series, possibly even more powerful than ever, and people are gonna see how good he really was. So that pretty much wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think about the Cracker vs. Dofy fight, as well as comments just related to anything like future videos I should make, future versus battles you'd like to see. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys Friday.